What's going on, my beautiful people from YouTube? Yes, we are doing a $450 giveaway on this video. Make sure you guys get some good stuff, but we got to keep the party going. So we're going to do a Helium Miner on this video because I'm not only talking about the Helium Network today, I'm also going to give you guys some swag from MXC, the good old fidget spinner to go along with things, their coin, which is actually metal and a collectible, and these are priceless because they're not for sale, so they're priceless, right? That's how it works. And beanie to go along with this whole deal. My goal is to provide you guys value, physical value with the stuff that I try to give away, but also information to get you guys up to speed as far as what's going on with these networks. And I feel like I have to bring up Helium to talk about MXC. I thought I was going to just do a video about the Neo miner that's coming out, but I need to explain a little bit more what this thing is all about. And Helium really is going to help me with this because they're completely different networks. The approach to this is very, very different. So you guys know I have the M2 Pro miner from MatchX, but I also run a bunch of Helium miners because, I mean, it doesn't make sense for me to turn those off right now. It's, you know, they are not as profitable as they used to be, and I just don't want to lose money. So what do? Well, I keep them running because it doesn't cost anything to keep these guys plugged in. It's just a no-brainer. If I have miners sitting around, I'm going to plug them in and I'm going to mine because they're low power consumption miners. And Helium has done I can't take this away from them ever. They're incredible at this marketing thing, right? They have been able to grow their network to incredible numbers and deploy all kinds of, you know, devices all over the globe, like the Smile site. And it's wild to think that we've come this far in just a couple of years. But this is also why I want to bring up Helium when talking about MatchX, because their philosophy is very different. MatchX doesn't have an open network. Helium went the route of the ability of different manufacturers to produce a product and let them sell it, and we'll just take a small cut, and happy day, we'll keep running with whatever it is that we are doing. Now, MatchX is doing something completely different. They are responsible for everything from, you know, start to finish. This has its pros and cons. And I want to make sure you understand that if you picked up one of these miners, maybe they don't work anymore for the Helium Network because they are on a banned list or they're not doing well, as opposed to the network that MatchX is running. Well, they are running the network literally, like they're in charge of everything from start to finish. So you can't onboard different devices. It's their devices all the time. And that is very different than the approach that Helium took. They started out as a DIY type of scenario, and they've changed that. They've changed it to now you have to be a qualified manufacturer. And now things are very, very different. They continue with that same approach for their 5G, which again, I will definitely do a video on because I said it before, it's profitable. I think it's worthwhile getting into even right now. But the approach, like I was saying, is very different. A lot of the manufacturers that I even purchase miners for, you can't onboard them at times because, well, they're on a naughty list and it's not a good feeling. And others are continuing to not only, you know, do these, you know, types of miners, but also expand to things like Flux, which they are doing quite well at. Why am I talking about Helium and MatchX on the same video before I talk about a brand new miner? Because the new miner is not what it's made out to be. And I am not sitting here trying to show a product to you. Quite the opposite. I'm going to tell you the pros and cons in this thing. I'm going to tell you where I think that the marketing is not as clear as it should be. And I think there is a purpose behind it. But when I look at the whole picture, guess what? I bought one myself. Am I going to put a referral link for you to buy one on this video? Absolutely, because I'd benefit monetarily from it. But I'm not telling you to do something. I'm actually, as usual, trying to show you what I've done myself. I did my homework, and people forget. Like when I talk on these videos, I need to know 10 times more information than I actually put out, because otherwise I would be doing all of you a disservice. I'm not reading a script right now. I am just telling you exactly the things that I've learned, the knowledge that I've acquired over all this time, and trying to condense it all. There's way more information that I could possibly provide you within a 15-20 minute video. I am going to try to break things down to the important pieces that I think is important for you to pay attention to. Let me pull up Helium's website. Here it is. So Helium, the, you know, people powered networks. Now let's take a look at their HNT token. This is important, and you're going to see the correlation that I want to draw here. And yes, it's at $3. It stinks. Great. We all know that. But if we go to an all-time high, this token was over $50, and now it's sitting at $3. The gap between all-time highs and the current price is what I try to look at. and it doesn't look pretty. It's not good. And here's what I want you guys to see. If you take a look at their token, they're only sitting at 28 cents. And they just had a big dump right here too. Wow, what a shame, right? But their all-time highs was 11 cents. So the discrepancy, the difference in between those two prices is drastic. There's a big difference there. So you want to make sure that you're considering, okay, what were all-time highs and what are we at now? Take a look at all-time lows. Those are also important. And the reason why we see such a big discrepancy with Helium is because the token did get pumped like crazy because of the way that they set up the token to be funded by the selling of miners. And MXC is pulling funds, I don't want to say out of their butts, but it's out of a foundation. It's basically the same way that Helium works. Neither of these guys seem to be generating enough revenue on their own as a company to be able to do these payouts. And that's okay. This is crypto. Big money, invest into these things, and then we get liquidity out by mining the tokens. It doesn't come out of thin air. And that's important to understand because of what they're claiming, I guess, with these new miners. And it's not a fake claim. You just need to understand how mining actually works. And this is really important. Yes, I am all in to this new miner that they're putting out, which is the Neo miner. And I think it's worthwhile picking it up and going in. Actually did a pre-order on these, which I usually don't do, but I think it's worth it because of what's coming. If you rewind a tape and you go back to December, so December 11th, 2022, you see that they launched, they put this thing out saying that the Nexus, which is a NFT exclusive through owner verification, multi-chain compatibility. They, are talking about doing a display that allows people to be able to see their NFTs and verified NFTs. That means that you can't just put up a TV and put some JPEGs on it. These are actually verified NFTs, and it's going to become a big deal long term. And these guys are trying to be ahead of that. They're saying, hey, you can get a verified display saying that you actually own these. So you got a CryptoPunk, you got, these different things. Guess what? You can show that you actually own those by putting it on this display, because you won't be able to put NFTs that you don't own on this display, which is a really smart idea. You take it to the next level. On January 2nd, they were like, hey, you can verify and certify. So they were talking about how, there's NFC technology that's going to be happening with the different devices, and you can put it next to the display, and all of a sudden, hey, it verifies you own this watch. And I know I just mentioned Flux a little bit earlier. I know there's some really cool Flux watches that have just been put out for order. I should tell you guys about that more because that's actually pretty stinking cool. But I digress. Let's keep talking about the Neo and how this all comes together. Now, this Neo miner, they have done an incredible job at marketing while still being kind of like not super clear with what it does. So let me break down the important things that they are telling you, the important things that I don't think they are telling you, because this is not supposed to be a show fest for me to tell you that you should buy this and I need to get money out of you guys. No, if I need money out of you all, I'll just tell you, here's my address, send it over. That's not what this is about. I want you to understand what you may or may not be getting yourself into, because there are two sides of the aisle here. And there are people on the internet right now saying that this is a bad idea. This is why you shouldn't do it. There's tons of people saying you should do it and use my referral link. I just want to give you guys facts so you understand what you may or may not be getting yourself into. If you take a look at their earlier miners, right? If you take a look at the M2, that was like $2,500 and you're earning $10 a day. And if you're earning $10 a day worth of their token in the, in these bear market times, well, if the token takes off, guess what? It's a win-win all around for everybody, because your tokens are now worth a whole lot more. So now is the time for you to mine. So same idea with the Neo. With the Neo, it's going to be a very, decreased earning. So instead of $10, you're going to be able to earn $2 to $6. But there's a catch. The device is only $500. That means that you can ROI, if you're all the way up at that $6 mark, you can ROI in 60 days. I hate saying you can ROI. That's not even the right way to actually say that, but everybody does it in crypto, so it messes me up too. You can get your money back on that investment in 80 days is really what I'm talking about. But they're pushing this multi-token mining, which is actually cool. But can you mine Doge on this thing? Like they're saying, Dogecoin on a Neo miner? No, yes. Dogecoin is a proof of work blockchain, guys. Like the coin gets generated by mining, And this thing doesn't make any noise. It's low power, so there's no way you're actually mining Doge with the actual unit. It's marketing. And I think it's great marketing because it's introducing something to a brand new network. And I think there are even more opportunities for the Neo miner because they're talking about verification of NFTs. So if you're adding Doge to the mix, I think Doge chain might be something that they might get into. I digress again. Here's the reason why I think I'm getting into this thing as well. These pictures here, they date back to August 2017. And this is their, first thing that they put through for approval. It's the 1702. The 1702 is this guy right here. Look at that, 1702. It's the MatchX gateway, and it's got those two antennas, and a lot of people actually got these. These are about $500 right now. This is for you to actually connect your devices. And then in 2019, they put this little guy out, which is model number 1731. And you see this little board here? This is actually a test board. If you take a look at this inscription in the bottom left-hand corner, it says J-Link OB. If you guys take a look at that, this here, this is the J-Link OB. It's the, onboard debug probe. It allows you to basically figure out what's working, what's not working. So there's a ton of features in this thing to allow you to, troubleshoot things. So how are they using this device here that was never put out, which is, again, that other model number, 1731? I don't know, but this tells me something really important for the entirety of this network. They are working, they're building. They're not just sitting idle. They're not expecting the community to go out and do something for them. They are doing the heavy lifting. They are focusing on sales. They are focusing on what's important for the network, because in 2021, they came out with this little guy here with the 4 antennas, and this is the 1902. So this is the MX 1902, and it's what we all know as this little guy right there, the M2 Pro. Hopefully I haven't lost any of you, because I do want to give stuff away. I should do that now. Leave a comment down below, because that's how we do giveaways on the channel. I got to pick somewhere, right? And let me know what you think of, this whole MatchX versus Helium. If you guys are, happier with one or the other, or which one is your go-to, because that helps me gauge what kind of videos y'all want to watch. Talking about the Neo, they put an article out on January 23rd, and there's certain things that I want to highlight on here. They talk about how it's portable, how you can take it anywhere. So there's a possibility of actually moving this device around, and it's not going to get stuck to one hex, because the M2 miners, well, you can only have 10 of those per hex, as opposed to the Neo miners, you can have up to 50 of those units. It talks about having an improved protocol, and maybe this is going to look terrible, but I'm going to zoom in anyway so you guys can read it along with me. Under improved protocol, they say strategic decisions to significantly boost mining power. This reads to me that you will be able to utilize tokens to increase your earnings. Just like they've done it in the past. They are looking for people to lock up tokens and give them a higher reward. It's a great idea if you want to continue to have your token price stay stable. Multi-token mining. Here's the way they say it. Not only does Neo operate on the MXC chain, but it also has a unique ability to integrate with Doge. So there's a unique, one-of-a-kind multi-token mining functionality. Yes, introducing Doge to MXC Global Data Network. I think this is a really great idea when it comes to marketing, but please understand that you're not going to be mining Dogecoin right on this device. This is going to be a payout in Doge, because you can't mine Dogecoin on a device like this. And yes, it's fantastic to be able to earn multiple tokens, same way that with the M2, the M2 Pro, you guys can actually earn BTC, but it's not getting mined right there. It's not the way that this is, intended to function. But it brings in new blood, I guess you can say, to the network. It brings more exposure to what they're doing, especially now that they're going to be focusing more and more on NFTs. If I scroll down, there are some videos. There's, Certified. They talk about how the NFT thing is all the buzz right now. But I'm always curious as far as the tech specs on some of these things. Oh, also, it says, is Neo for you? And order now. This is Neo for you is amazing marketing thing, because if you try to click it, it's going to ask you for a name and your email, and all of a sudden they got you. It's genius. But take a look at this here. They are making this device LoRaWAN compatible. You got mining algorithm, POP, proof of presence. So you're trying to figure out if things are where they're supposed to be. They got NFC capabilities on this device. So you need to stop and go, wait, this is all a bunch of marketing, but what does it actually do? Because the marketing is going to appeal to the masses. Some people that might watch this video and not understand what crypto is, will not understand what crypto mining actually is, and say, oh, it's only $500 and I can get, a great passive income back. Well, guess what? Those people are going to ape in and buy the stuff, which means that these tokens are going to increase in price, which means that the payouts are going to be worth it, just like the last miner. So that's why I say I bought it myself, because guess what? It's going to be worthwhile, even if it's just in the short term. So if I can get my money back and then let the thing mine, that's a win in my book. You're talking about your phone. If your phone, let's say, has an NFT, you set it next to the device, you are able to, send it over and say, hey, I actually own this thing. Hey, this watch next to the device. Now I do actually own this thing. Is the two items that we're all thinking about, like, first and foremost. But there's way more than that, because think about a warehouse and the fact that I've dealt with logistics for way longer than I like to admit. If I want to check out an item and they're all NFC enabled, and I can just touch it to my Neo and then be on my way, that's a huge win. If somebody is trying to integrate the Neo with other, real world applications, they want to make sure that you are checking in at a certain location. Put this in theme parks, and you want to do a scavenger hunt. You got to go find all of these little, things. And then behind those things is just a Neo device that can check to see if your phone, which has a unique identifier to it, got to those locations. I mean, the no-brainer is implement these things at a conference, especially crypto conferences all over the place. Find all 10 Neos around the conference and earn a free NFT. And there goes your marketing. Not only are you showing people that, hey, this is a miner that's worthwhile, but now you just got somebody to walk all over your conference. Yes, I am available for consulting. Do it all the time. That's why some of the conferences that I end up going to are the bomb. That's kind of the rundown. That's why I think the Neo is going to be worthwhile. Why you guys can definitely buy it using my referral link if you so choose. If I'm providing you guys with the information that's worthwhile, because I think this is worthwhile to get it for myself, and hopefully y'all think the same. I'm going to roll credits and make sure you guys get some free stuff. Here we go. I am back. This is myself holding up the camera on the last video that I told you guys I would be drawing a $450 NFT. This is the video here, and I'm just going to pick a winner. Now, before I pick this winner, I got to tell you that I am only going to give it to you if you actually listen to the video and follow through with it. So here we go. Choose from all comments. Monkey Dude. Oh, no way. Hang on. Especially KDA. Monkey Dude, super pumped, bro. He's been around the channel for a long time, so I'm excited that he's getting this free NFT worth 450 bucks. Win-win. Ace Miners hooked me up with it, so I'm hooking y'all up with it. So free mining for Monkey Dude. Now, let's talk about the giveaway, because I told you guys to go ahead and leave a comment telling me which network you wanted to be on, but I will give that person all of the swag that I just showed you. The person who's going to get a free Helium Miner needs to follow through with one little detail. Put in your comment how many different brand of H&T miners I showed you in this video. Maybe I went through it too quickly, and that's okay. So let me know the number when you leave that comment, and only those people who have the right number and put it in the digits, because I'm going to do a search for it, will be entered to get that Helium Miner. Sorry guys, just trying to have a little bit of fun, see what we can do with watching the video all the way through. I know that the people that stick around to the channel and have been, faithful through and through, well, y'all deserve some good stuff. So I want to hook y'all up. Thank you guys so much. And I'm going to definitely see you on the next video. Take care.